has a unique set of values, traditions, and norms. The general culture of Mexicans and Italians share a lot in common. Family. Family is an extremely important value within the Italian culture. Their family solidarity is focused on extended family, which include aunts, uncles, cousins, and grandparents, rather than the general West idea of the nuclear family of just a mom, dad, and kids. Italians and Mexicans have frequent family gatherings and enjoy spending time with those in their family. Children are reared to remain close to the family upon adulthood and incorporate their future family into the larger network. Typically, generations of families live in the same neighborhood or in the same house, which reflects the dedication to supporting family members and their loyalty no matter what.
Government. Each country's government systems are different. Italy and Mexico are both known for being multi-political party countries, with Italy has a prime minister. Both countries have a head of state. The head of the state is the president of the republic, who represents the nation's unity and ensures compliance with the constitution. Both countries have three branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial branch.
Religion. The major religion in Italy is Roman Catholicism. This is not surprising, as the Vatican City is the hub of Roman Catholicism and where the Pope resides. The concept of a basilica, which was originally used to describe an open public court building and evolved to mean a Catholic pilgrimage site, was born in Italy. It is reported that 90% of Mexicans are Catholic. Consequently, the church plays a large part in providing spiritual and social support, which is a huge part of the society's culture. Religious festivities in Mexico are a tradition of family life. There are thousands of towns named after saints, such as San Jose and San Miguel, and each hosts an annual celebration of its particular patron saint.
Holiday seasons. During the Easter and Christmas holiday seasons, Italy's and Mexicans' tradition exhibit the strong Christian culture of the Eternal City. One such Rome tradition is to go to St. Peter's Square on Easter and Christmas to receive a blessing from the Pope. During the Lenten season, Good Friday marks the annual procession of the cross from the Roman Colosseum to the Palatine and Forum. On Easter Sunday morning, an outdoor Mass takes place in St. Peter's Square. During the Christmas season, churches in Rome display elaborate nativity scenes, and live music is enjoyed in the piazzas. The traditional midnight Mass at the Vatican attracts thousands of locals and international visitors. As we can see, many of these traditions are also done in Mexico. November 1st commemorates Saints' Day, a religious holiday during which Italians typically decorate the graves of deceased relatives with flowers. Likewise, in Mexico with the Day of the Dead. Many Italian towns and villages celebrate the feast day of the patron saint. September 19, for example, is the feast of San Genaro, the patron saint of Napoli. April 25th is the Liberation Day, marking the 1945 liberation, ending World War II in Italy in 1945. In Mexico, the Independence Day is also a big celebration filled with meaning.
Business. Italians are known for their family-centric culture, and there are a number of small and mid-sized businesses. Even many of the larger companies, such as Fiat and Benetton, are still primarily controlled by single families. Italian business people tend to view information from outsiders with a bit of alertness and prefer verbal exchanges with people that they know well. Just like in Mexico, personal relationships are key to business success, and the only way to know a person in Mexico is to know their family. Mexicans first and foremost do business with people they can trust and relate to, and not just with impersonal organizations.
Of Italian descent in Mexico have, since the late 19th century, become generally assimilated into mainstream society. Italian Mexicans share the immigration experience. They speak Italian, eat foods that they consciously identify as Italian, for example, polenta, minestrone, pastas, and endive. They also play games that are Italian in origin and are devoutly Catholic. Although many Italians now live in urban Mexico, many more live in and strongly identify with one of the original or spin-off communities that are almost entirely Italian in composition. These individuals still claim an Italian identity, but are also quick to note that they are Mexican citizens.
Other similarities include food. Both cuisines have Spanish and common influences. Example dishes are chicharrón, paella, and a whole assortment of tapas. The town layouts are similar with central plazas, church, and municipal buildings around it. Language and the use of words are also similar. There are a substantial amount of common words like mesa, which means table, cuberitos, which means utensils, silla, which means chair, and others. Telenovelas are a pastime, and both cultures love it together with the rest of Latin America. Both cultures are charismatic in the way they present themselves to the world, and both are bosses when it comes to organization and control. An example is organized crime with Italian mafias and Mexican cartels.
The colors for the Italian flag vary. One common interpretation is that green is there to equal the countryside, white to equal snowy Alps, and red to equal the blood spent during wars for independence. The meaning of the colors for the Italian flag likewise is not fixed, but can be taken to mean roughly green to equal the hope, white to equal purity, and red to equal religion or the spilled blood of national youth.